guys, welcome to today's Twin Flame video. It's been a while since I've done one. To be quite honest, I've not really felt in the vibe for one, hence why it's been so long. But it's Friday. I'm all dressed up. I've got my ports. I'm ready to party. No low vibes here on lockdown. So, today's Twin Flame reading is a pick a crystal. This is going to be my monthly DM versus DF reading. So we're going to be doing this a little bit different to how I've done it in the past. I'm going to be using a total of 5 decks in total. I'm going to put a timestamp below for the image I've taken of the 3 crystals which you'll have to choose from. So the 5 decks I'm using are the In-Between Tarot by Janine Worthington. I'm also using the Silver Witchcraft Tarot by Barbara Moore, the Gilded Tarot, and the Impressionist Tarot by, oh my goodness, where did I put the books to you? Bear with me, by Corey Kenner. The Impressionist Tarot by Corey Kenner, and finally, the 7 Energies Oracle. Right, so before we begin, I will be posting pictures of the full reading layout, as well as what the how the layout actually is represented on my Instagram, which you can find the link below. Please feel free to follow me. What else? So necessarily we are going to be looking at what Divine Feminine's doing per crystal, where they're at, how they're doing, how Divine Masculine's doing, and where they're at, and then the connection itself. Now, some parts may not resonate. That's simply because in that specific crystal reading, it is literally those 2 energies that are meant for a Divine Feminine collective and a Divine Masculine collective. Not necessarily your Divine Masculine, or if you're Divine Masculine, not necessarily your Feminine. So the idea of this video is basically to look at the collective energies per crystal of Feminine collective and Masculine collective. So there's messages for you, the masculine, and then there's messages for you, the feminine, regardless of whether you are part of the same connection or not. Chances are it may pick up on certain parts, but that's neither here or there. It's all about your messages and then how your connection is looking, because there will be resonance in that middle center. So left side will be feminine, right side masculine, middle will be the connection. Then after that, we'll be having what you're currently working on, needing to work on, and what they're currently working on, what they're needing to work on, vice versa. And then finally a message or a bit of advice, a single card from the 7 energies for masculine and 1 for feminine. So guys, without further ado, let's crack on. I'm going to put up the picture. It'll be up for 10 seconds, so feel free to pause and let yourself be drawn to the crystal you want. Yada yada bloody blah. Let's just crack on. So here are your choices, guys. We have got green aventurine, quartz, and red agate. Just take some time to choose your desired crystal, and then head to the timestamps, and we can crack on. Welcome all to you who chose the aventurine, the green aventurine crystal. Okay, so we're going to start off with Divine Feminine. So, Universe and Divine Spirit, can I get a reading for Divine Feminine Collective who chose green aventurine? Divine Feminine Collective who chose green aventurine, please. There's 1. I'll probably do it in overall energy with this as well. I should have mentioned that to start off with, but that's neither here nor there. I always like to do an overall energy. There we are, that was nice and quick. So, your overall energy... Ooh, nice! 2 chalices for you feminines. Nice. So, you have got the 4 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Strength card. So now we're going to do masculines. We'll go over the reading once I've done these 2, and then we'll do the connection. I love using my first, choice as the test of ground to see how I feel about things. Is that naughty? Probably, but that's how we roll here. We don't like a plan, we just crack on. Follow, follow the intuition, follow the guidance. What will be, it is what it is. There was a guy at work who introduced that into our workplace. Absolutely hated him for it, and now I love that saying. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, there's two. So, Divine Masculines who chose Adventurine. Divine Masculines who chose Adventurine. It's a bit too many. Divine Masculines who chose Adventurine. What's going on with Divine Masculines who chose Adventurine? You guys are having a wonderful Friday, regardless of wherever you are in the world and whatever time it is. It is evening here. I left this a bit late, but hey, who doesn't like an evening little schmooze? Right, so, Divine Masculine, your overall energy is the 3 of Pentacles. Awesome sauce. And your first card is the 9 of Cups. Some great energies here so far. The 4 of Cups. And then the 2 of Swords. We got some matching up. Oh, not too much. Not too much matching up, but it is what it is. So, for Divine Feminines, right now I do see you're in a very grounded place. Yes, you are very focused on the whole love connection and of how your twin flame is doing, your connection to them, what they mean to you, when this is going to come about, sort of thing. But you've got to understand, with the 2 of Cups here, there is this union energy already there. Okay, spiritually speaking, you guys are always one. Underneath that, we do have the 5 of Swords here. Okay, and this is very much drawing a line in the sand here. So this could be a case of you're building up to maybe a little bit of a reunion. But we do have the 4 of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Strength card. So we have very much done a lot of our own work here. It's very much a case of we're grounded, we're peaceful. This is very well put as the feminine here in the 4 of Pentacles, at one with herself and nature. And it's very much the energy here. You are very balanced and very in the flow of how things should be your end. It's not a strong state of self-union energy, but it's getting there. The King of Swords and the Strength card, you are very, very much in touch with not just your inner truth, but the taming of your own masculine energies, okay, with the Strength card here. You are very persevering from all the past problems, really knuckling down and doing the work you need to, and getting into that place where you're not so much waiting for union now. Yes, you're still a bit focused on it with that 2 of Cups energy there as the overall, but you are trying to get into that state of self-union. That energy's there, it's present within you, regardless of whether you're feeling it right now or not. Don't be surprised if in the next week or so that's really going to settle into you, okay? Because that is here. It's here for you to claim. So claim it. As for Divine Masculines, we have the 3 of Pentacles as the overall energy, and underneath that, the 7 of Wands, which normally is a conflict card, but my. Interesting imagery there. So with that 7 of Wands there, with the 3, that's 3 and 10. That's a nice number. 10 makes 1. Very whole. Overall, from what I'm getting of that image, you're very much focused on the goings on in your life. What is there? Okay, what you've cultivated so far. Almost like you're looking at a garden and seeing everything that has grown, everything that has died, what's no longer there, what needs replacing. It's very wholesome energy. But it's very much a case of you're taking account of what has been, what is, and what is going to be. Very cool energy. It's very similar to the 2 of Cups, sort of what the feminine wants, whereas you're looking at what you've got and what's going on, what could be coming. The feminine's looking at what they want, what they're hoping for in the connection. So moving on to the rest of the cards, we have the 9 of Cups, and it does... Oh, where have you gone, you bugger? This is very much the card of embodying that feel-good energy, that already being in that perfection, that satisfaction, and that wish fulfillment. Okay, which is very good energy, hence why you're sort of looking at it. It's very mindful energy, what we were looking at there in the overall energies. And that does follow on quite well with the first card, the 9 of Cups. With the 4 of Cups, again, it's almost, we are very much taking stock of things in our lives here. How they affect us emotionally, are they draining us, are they making us feel good? You're having a good look at those things, hence the whole garden theme beforehand. Lastly, we do have the 2 of Swords. So overall, the whole situation, what's going on for you as a masculine right now, is you are very much in a state of taking good note of the world around you. You're being very mindful in what you're doing. You're not considering too much the outside world of you, but more of what's in your experience right now. The urge for better things, appreciation for the things you have, and that's a brilliant place to be, because that's going to really allow you to get into that unified energy as well, which I feel like you are slightly more stronger than the feminine in this reading is. Overall, great energy for the masculine, great energy for the feminine. Feminine might just need to tweak a few more things. She could be just waiting for that energy to come in, whereas this masculine's energy is very much there and present as he is. So let's have a look at the connection. We'll do an overall energy for the connection as well. Sod it, why not? So, Universe, Divine Spirit, can I get a reading for the connection of those in green aventurine, please? The green aventurine connection, please. Oh, there's a card flipped over there. I'm not going to count it because no cards have flipped. The Lovers. Okay, so I'm going to keep that on a side note. Alright. Lovers is there, bearing in mind that was face up. Should I put it back in? No, I don't want to. That was a message meant to be seen. That is union energy, okay? That's union energy. In the connection, the Lovers being there, that's union. That is union. That is one of the meanings of the Lovers card. And just look at the imagery. The masculine holding the feminine up. So maybe when this line gets drawn in the sand for you feminines, you sort of like, it is your masculine essentially lifting you up, going, I can't believe, you know, I've left you out here for so long. I do love you. I appreciate you. I think it's about time I showed you, you know, how much. Fuck saying it. Let's show you some action. Because that's the masculine's aligned thing. Action. It's not sitting thinking and not saying nothing. It's supposed to be showing. Green aventurine for this connection, please. There we go. So the overall energy is 6 of Cups. Bam! 6-6. Alright, loving this. So let's see. For the first card, we have the 9 of Wands. Strength again. And the Tower. So most people would go, oh no, the Tower. I'm loving this reading, by the way. And loving that port too. Ugh. But this is great energy. This is, I'm ready to come back. We're ready to do this. We're getting ready to do this. Reconciliation card is the overall. What's underneath that? 3 of Pentacles. We're ready to come back and do the work, you know? 9 of Wands. We're tired of things, how things have been. We know enough is enough, okay? That is the message of this sort of this connection. It is a case of enough is enough, let's get back together and do the work. You have Strength and a Tower here. It's a clear playing field. Okay, the work's been done, you've had your separation, it's time to get back to it. It's time to see what else triggers, what else we need to work on, and persevere and come together. Okay? So, now let's see what the feminine is currently working on, or dealing with, or moving on from. Universe, Divine Spirit, what is Green Aventurine Feminine currently working on or moving on from? Working on or moving on from. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Pretty sure. Where did you go? There you are. Tower run away. Most people be going, yeah, Tower can definitely run away. Do one. So, let's continue, shall we? It's the first time I've used this deck. It's quite slippery, actually. Oh, you... Fuck it, I'll take those 3. They're 3 pecan. So, we have the Moon, the Sun, and Judgment. So for you, Universe is very stepping in strongly here as a sort of union energy. Union is really backing you on this self-union energy right now, okay? And that is sort of what's going on your higher levels. That's a really brilliant energy because you do have the moon, which is feminine, and the masculine, which is the sun there. And judgment as well. It's funny all those three are in order. That's fantastic. And really serendipitous, to say the least. But that's a really fantastic energy. You really have done the work so far, and you're really coming into that self-union energy. And that will be reflected by your masculine, hands down. So, let's move on to the masculine, see what we've got for them. So, masculines, what are they working on or moving away from? Or moving towards, rather. What is masculine working on, moving away from, or moving towards? We have the Two of Swords again. So, in this, you do see like the warrior coming home from the battle, and I do feel like this is very much the case here. Moving from the Two of Swords to the Three of Swords, coming back to heal that heartbreak. I do feel like the masculines are gradually making that approach back to you, okay? As a masculine, you are making your way back. You've took into consideration, not that the damage is necessarily your fault, it may not be. It's not always. Sometimes it's a case of being triggered, and that's what caused the heartbreak. Not so much what you've done, but just how you've gone about it. Not necessarily your fault, it's just stuff unhealed. No one's to blame in a twin flame connection, only ourselves. And with this, it's a case of you very much are conscious of the fact that your feminine has been heartbroken and could still be feeling heartbroken. And right now, you've got your eyes set on coming back, and that's really wonderful. It's really progressive, and it's really strong masculine energy, which is great to see you guys in. So, advice for the feminine. What advice can we get for the feminine? One bit of advice or message for the feminine, please. And we have Time Machine. Okay? That is number 3. So that is all about manifestation, nurturing, Empress energy. With Time Machine, it's very much a case of how we remember things affects how they affect us, okay? So maybe a little bit of meditation, going back in your head over memories, over things that initially you took quite negatively, and maybe looking at them again. Maybe there's some positivity to be drawn up or given closure to there, okay? So, a bit of advice or message from masculine. 2 fell, 3 fell, 1's face down. We'll take the face down one. Willing release. So with this, I feel like the messages do release that self-blame if you're feeling any self-punishment, self-degradation, or self-blame for doing what you did. It's a case of it needs release. Okay, so that's 49, so it's 13, so that's the death energy. Essentially, rebirth, death, perishing, letting go, all that energy is very much there for you masculine, okay? So if you're feeling bad, you're concerning yourself about what you did, which is very much the case of that Two of Swords energy, because we know what we did, we know we did a bit wrong, and we want to go back to make it better, which is great, but you have to release that before you do head back. Because you might either find they get triggered by that past energy if they haven't done the Time Machine work, or you might end up bringing it out in yourself and stepping back into that old energy. So let it go, otherwise you're going to be concerning and embodying that energy, which is going to be no good for you and no good for your feminine. Right guys, thank you for watching. This is beautiful. I wish you feminines and masculines the best of luck moving forward. The connection is wonderful, it's looking great, fantastic, out of this world. Great strong union energy here, and I do really wish you all the best. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like. If it resonated, please give us a comment. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel as well to keep up to date. I do hope I can remember to actually do these videos more frequently. In fact, this format for the Divine Masculine versus Divine Feminine is a lot better, and I love it a lot more. Anything else? As I said, the image of this reading will be on my Instagram for your personal viewing. So make sure you go to my Instagram and follow and keep up to date with my Instagram on tarot to keep up to date with everything I post, which sometimes is just specifically for Instagram or in reference to your readings on here. If you don't do it, you miss out. Right guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Hello to you guys who chose the quartz crystal as their crystal. Right, so we're going to start with the feminines. 3-card reading for the feminines who chose rose quartz with an overall energy. This is my preferred way of doing things. So, what is going on with the feminines who chose quartz, please? The feminines who chose quartz. What's going on with the feminines who chose quartz, please? Universe and Divine Spirits. Hope you're all having a lovely Friday. Regardless of where you are in the world. It's night time here, as you can see out my window. Ooh, it's a bit much. Oh, the Hermit did flip, so we'll take that. I'm going to take those two because they don't want to go in. Okay, so your overall energy is 5 of Wands. Right, so we have the Hermit for the feminines, the 3 of Swords, and then we have the 7 of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So, for you feminines, I'll get to you in a moment. I'm just going to do the masculines next quickly. So, masculines who chose Rose Quartz. Masculines who chose Rose Quartz, please. Universe and Divine Spirits. What's going on with the masculines who chose Quartz? Sorry, not Rose Quartz, regular Quartz. What's going on with the masculines who chose Quartz, please? Universe and Divine Spirits. Alright, so 2 jump for you guys as well. It's a bit of a reflecting energy. So, masculine's overall energy is the Devil. Oh dear, oh dear. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands. And then we have the 8 of Cups with the 5 of Pentacles. Okay? So, with the feminines, there is a lot of inner work being done and a little bit of, quite a bit of introspection. We're working together with people, not just to heal ourselves, but heal others at the same time. Our main focus, though, is healing the heartbreak that we have been through with the 3 of Swords here. And there's also quite a bit of negativity and conflict going around us, but we are rising above it. So the feminines are doing their best to stay in a positive light in this reading. They are doing the work, they are internalizing, looking at what's hurt, what's triggered, seeing everything going on around them, the negatives, what's triggering them on an outside perspective, and generally rising above it. There's a lot of rising above and standing as a stronger self energy here. On the masculine side, the Devil as the overall energy, followed by the four of Coins, the Knight of Wands, and the 8 of Cups with the 5 of Coins. There's a lot of self-reflection here, a bit of self-punishment energy. We know in the past we've been a bit naughty. We're trying to get grounded and face the fact of what we have done in the past. We understand we weren't exactly in a very favourable energy with the Knight of Wands here. We were a bit of a player, a bit naughty, and we're wanting to come out from that. With the 8 of Wands and the 5 of Coins here, that is literally the case. There's that energy of moving away from that Knight of Wands energy and coming out from that place that was dark, not serving our best interests, and not looking out for our feminine in a sense. So, we'll move on to the connection now. That whole lot just dropped. So, what is going on for the connection of those who chose Quartz, please? Connection for those who chose Quartz. One. 2. Come on, number 2. There we are. And 3. Interesting. Can't see the first card, but Ace of Cups and 2 of Swords face up. And then 9 of Swords overall energy. So we have Temperance. That is interesting with Ace of Cups, 2 of Swords, and overall 9 of Swords. I do feel like we are waking up from the darkness of this connection that has bothered us and been plaguing us so far. This connection is balancing out and there is a new beginning on the horizon, but there is still a moment to meditate and maybe have a bit of focus, a little bit of reflection still. Okay, yes, the anxiety is still there a bit, but it's clearing up. The way is being balanced with Temperance here, and there is emotion and connection, spiritual, flowing between you two parties. Okay, but we're getting there. That's the important thing with this connection reading here. It shows a very clear case of waking up to reality, to face the facts, to let go and forget about the nightmares that we've had in this connection and start stepping into that energy of more balance, working together, and start meditating and internalizing, stepping into that union energy gradually. There is the Ace of Cups here, so a new beginning is very much on the horizon. But to get to that, we do need to sort of meditate, take consideration, and get some inner quiet, more or less, okay? Right. So, what are the feminines currently working on? What are the feminines currently working on? Moving away from or moving towards? Feminines working on, moving away from or moving towards, please. We have the moon. Okay. So, for the feminines, that is very much a case of you are moving away from all illusions, okay? You're moving towards brighter days, fullness, and stronger, independent, feminine energy. Stepping into your strong, independent, feminine energy. Right, so, I can grab the cards properly. What are the masculines working on, moving away from, or moving towards? What are the masculines moving on from, moving towards, or working on right now, Universe and Divine Spirit, please? I hate when I get tongue-tied. I hate that. And we have the 6 of Cups to the 7 of Cups. So, the in-between tower is the transition in between the cards. So this is the transition between the moon to the sun. So, like I said, going for that those brighter days. With this, we have the 6 of Cups to the 7 of Cups, okay? So, the masculines are moving forward to re-establishing a connection here. Okay? It might not go as great as the intending masculines, but trying is important. I say it might not go as well as expected simply because of the energy you're embodying right now. You're making good progress and you're doing the right thing, you just need to work on yourself a bit more to get to the point where that is going to turn out in the way you hope and expect. So, what advice do we have for the feminines, please? What advice do we have for the feminine? For the feminines who picked quartz, what advice do we have? Or messages? What messages or advice do we have for the feminines who picked quartz, please? It's a bit too many. So, the land in between. So, the idea here is to work on our perception, okay, of where we are. So at the moment we could be standing at this break in the road here, seeing us separated, where in fact there is actually a bridge to another island connecting you two. You need only change your perception to see it, and then you can cross that bridge together and be united. But that is the main message there. Be careful how you're perceiving the situation, okay? There was a line I heard from watching a spiritual teaching video. It is, lack of evidence is not evidence of lack. And I feel like that's very much the presence here. The message and what's going on that card. Lack of evidence is not evidence of lack. So, for the masculines who picked, oh, there it is. We have Shining Through. Okay? So the message for you masculines is to be courageous. Get up there, get in your highest vibe, move forward, do what you need to do, okay? That's what you masculines are great at doing what you need to do. Fuck the benefits of others, that's no offense to the feminine, but you need to do what you need to do to get to the place where you are ready and able and comfortable to move forward in your highest self, okay? And that's all about shining through. Forgetting anything that you've done, forgetting anything that could be in terms of negative, believing in the best that you are, the best that can happen, and the best that can be, okay? Right guys, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give us a like. If this resonates at all, please give us a comment and let us know. And please feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you want, you can view this video on my Instagram. If you do, please follow me as well to keep up to date with pictorial readings and stuff like that. I do readings, stuff like that on there as regular as possible. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I wish you all the best. I'll see you next time. I can't. It stops. Hello to you masculines and feminines who chose this red agate as their crystal. This is your reading. Without further ado, let's crack on. So, starting off with the feminines. Universe and Divine Spirit, could I get a reading for the feminine collective who chose agate, please? The feminine collective who chose agate, please. It's a 3-card spread with an overall energy. Justice. 2 of Pentacles. What's going on with the feminines who chose red agate, please, universe? Hope we're having a lovely Friday, guys. Wherever you are in the world. As you can see, it's nighttime here. Oh, that's too much. It's far too much. Oh, my music's paused. So much for that. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh, I do see the Ten of Pentacles there. Easy. But we're looking for one more card. That one will do. 7 of Wands. So the overall energy is the 4 of Swords. Okay. So we'll get back to you in a moment. We're going to do the masculine now. So Universe and Divine Spirit for the masculines, please. Can I get a reading for them? Reading for the masculine collective who chose the red agate, please. Masculine collective who chose red agate, please. If you've watched my Twin Flame videos before, you'll know I use these decks in tandem for Divine Feminine and Divine Masculines. I always use my Silver Witchcraft deck for the feminines and my Impressionist Tarot for the masculines. I just always feel the Silver Witchcraft deck does have very strong feminine tones, and I do feel as the Impressionist Tarot is very much a case of very masculine as well. Don't know if I've done a deck review for this this one yet. I might have to do that next. Oh. That, and I soon found out after I I bought it, and as I read through the book and looked at the cards, it has very homoerotic undertones. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, 111. Okay, so we have the Magician and the Ace of Swords so far. Interesting. Come on, you masculines. Let's hope you're doing a little bit better than those in number 2. There we are, it's the last card. So we have all the Lovers. And the overall energy is King of Swords. Excellent. So, just bear with me a moment. Just going to have a sippy sip. It is Friday, so why the hell not? I'm going to enjoy myself while I do this video. It's the best energy to be in, am I right? So, for the feminines, there is very much this energy of laying the past to rest here with the 4 of Wands. Underneath that is the Devil. So we are saying goodbye to that negative energy and those negative karmic ties that had been bothering us for so long. With the rest of the cards, we have Justice, Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands in this deck is very much sort of very family orientated. Almost feels like there's been a bit of a grievance in the family there. With the Justice and the Two of Pentacles, we are balancing the scales here. There's a lot of juggling going on, and what's the word I'm looking for? Adjustment. Personal adjustment is probably more close to what I go for here. There is that element, looking into the darkness of ourselves and really weighing those scales and seeing what we should be focusing on healing wise. There could be a sort of energy of very much grievance to do with family here. Okay, so any wounds and triggers that we've been from have come from a family sort of basis. Maybe we've not had such a great childhood, a lot of inner child problems, and that's what we've really focused on healing and dealing with in ourselves. On the masculine side, with the King of Swords, it is very much the case of standing strong, powerful, maybe a little bit too brutal with our words, but we're not taking any bullshit. With the Ace of Swords, the Magician here, and the Lovers, we have made a clear choice here, okay? We are focusing on our power, our self-unity, action moving forwards. This King of Swords has got all his tools ready, he is ready to go into battle essentially, and he's made the choice to go for it. It's a well thought through situation, regardless of what you're doing, moving forward, going forward, it is all happening for you. Is this to do with the connection? I can't really say that it is, okay? This is something personal for the masculine, something that he's decided to take up and sort out himself. This is likely more on what his end, well, that's nothing to do with his feminine. I feel that simply because the Lovers here, I'm looking at it more from a choices thing. This is one of the homoerotic cards in the deck. With the Magician here, it's more or less the same character. We're dealing essentially with people that we were close to that we realise maybe are not so good for us, and walking them out of our lives maybe to a degree. That's what I see more of the masculine doing on his end right now. So let's look at the connection. Universe and Divine Spirit, can I get a connection reading for those who chose the red jasper, sorry, not the red jasper, the red agates. Connection reading for the red agate, please. Page of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. The Five of Wands. And the Eight of Swords. So there is very much this energy of nothing really much going on in the connection right now. Okay? There are thoughts, there are ideas, and there are temptations with the Page of Pentacles here. With the Seven of Swords, we are still behind the scenes doing our own thing on both ends. That's both of you are both off doing your own thing behind the scenes. With Five of Wands here, this is essentially what you're trying to avoid, okay? You're being sneaky and doing what you have to behind the scenes so you can, avoid another conflict, another separation between you two. I feel like you are still in that energy. You're hoping for a bit of union. The connection's got the possibility for a union, but it's not quite strong enough yet with it being a Page of Pentacles, because there's still very much that fear of conflict limiting the connection on a physical plane. On a spiritual level, there is a lot of possibility. There could be a lot of dream talk going on between both ends of the connection. There could also be almost a sense of like you're both stood there in a theatre watching the scenes of your previous meet-ups where it all went wrong together and sort of going, that was stupid. It's like that sort of energy. There is almost a with this Seven of Swords. There's almost that case of there's a want to go back to this connection as well. Like we've dropped the two swords that are left behind. The way the thief is looking at them, it's kind of like I left those two swords. I kind of want to go back and get them. But how that develops is down to you guys, you see, in this connection, because when we're worried about conflicts and being in a conflict energy and whether the other one's being sneaky or if we feel like we're being sneaky, we end up manifesting that. So there is that need to take this blindfold off. Oh, and underneath that is the Hermit. And Two of Wands. And Four of Pentacles under that, but I'm only grabbing these three, okay? So once this blindfold's off, and the introspection's done, we can start thinking about coming back together. We can start getting more stable. King of Swords under that, we can offer each other the truth. You know, come together and sort shit out. So, now for the feminines. What are the feminines who chose red agate working on, moving away from, or moving towards? What are the feminines who chose red agate working on, moving away from, or moving towards? Please, universe and divine spirit. We've got 2. The magician and the hermit. So I feel like there's a state of self-union energy that you are moving towards here, okay? We're walking away from the things that no longer serve us, doing the inner work, moving from that past self into a more whole area. This is an end of a cycle to the start here. We are very much closing off a chapter to begin anew. It's good energy because with the hermit we do get very introspective and we know how to follow our inner light. And with the magician we are wise enough to use the tools that we have to create the next step forward. We know where we're going. We're planning, we're sorting, let's go do it. So for the masculines who picked red agate, what are they dealing with? What are they moving away from? And what are they moving towards? Or what are they moving towards rather? Down a minute! That is my food. That's 3 cards, it's too many. What are the masculine collective who chose red agate? What are they working on, moving away from, or moving towards, please? Moving away from, moving towards, or working on. Is that one by itself? No, that's a whole bunch of cards. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm a persistent motherfucker. I got all the time in the world. And there's even food on the line. That's saying something. Right, we have Judgment. So I feel like for masculines, they're more waiting for a sign from divine and universe at this current point in time. They are waiting for that push from spirit, from their higher self to go in the correct direction. They're waiting for that nudge from whatever is out there, whatever they believe in, regardless of whether they do or not. It's like they're just waiting for maybe you somehow to just cross their path. That is what the Judgment here is telling me, okay? And that is from the Judgment to the world. So that's also that step in between, that nudge before the new cycle begins, okay? So, let's see what message or advice we can get for the feminine. A message or advice for the divine feminine collective who chose red agate, please. Broken open. Interesting. And for the masculine, we have Divine Matrix. Number 44. Okay. Oh. I mean, on the bottom of the deck, it's Healing the Heart. Interesting. Very nice. So, for the feminines, I do feel like this is the case of where you are literally going to be in a situation where you are going to be forced to yield. It is gotten to a point where you still haven't quite surrendered, maybe. You've done the work, but you haven't learnt to surrender yet. You're putting things to rest, but this is the next step, the surrender step. That is coming in for you next. It's allowing yourself to literally be vulnerable. It's allowing the whatever stands in your way just to fall away for you guys. It's 2810, so it is the birth of a new beginning, the precipice of a new beginning. For the masculines, we do have Divine Matrix, number 44. That is a mass number, so that's double the value of that 4, meaning double the stability, with the undertone of the strength there being 8, the perseverance, and the ability to press onwards. So the Divine Matrix is very much getting in touch with spirituality, the higher consciousness, the higher realms, all of that, and allowing ourselves to be pulled into that to maybe boost ourselves up a bit, okay? Almost like a battery charge. So with while the masculines are waiting, in the sense, for that little nudge, this is the energy they're doing. They're allowing themselves to fall into that energy, and that's really wonderful. And the message is just that. Yes, allow yourself. Don't be afraid. The universe has got you, okay? Let the matrix on the physical plane fall away. Trust in the matrix that is within. Trust in the universe. It will guide you, it will give you that nudge when the time is right, and it may very well set you up to cross paths with your feminine when the time comes. Right, guys, that is your reading. If you enjoyed this, please give us a like. If this resonated for any of you, please give us a comment and let us know. feel free to subscribe to the channel and head to my Instagram in the link below. That will take you to my Instagram where I do all my tarot shit. From there, you'll be able to see the picture of your reading. So then you can maybe devise your own little opinions on what you can see in terms of maybe your masculine, yourself, the connection. Get your own interpretation. There's nothing wrong with that. I sell that shit up and that's why I do it. At the end of the day, when you get someone to do your reading, it's lovely to hear what you say, but it's also nice to have the opportunity to look at it and go, oh, I see that. Oh, I see that. What jumps at you? Okay, that's a hidden message in there that is for you. So with that, guys, the video is done. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. Take it easy.